Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Welcome in. Hello, hello. We are making tacos today. We bought these super cute taco holders and red apron. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. I got Sig made me a coffee. Delicious. We're making. Let me think, because we were gonna make barbacoa, because the recipe on the site has the barbacoa recipes, but barbacoa tacos. But today we are making tacos al pastor, really quick, easy version, using the pressure cooker. And then we're also making one of my favorite ways of having tacos is crispy chicken. So we're gonna make a crispy chicken taco with an avocado sauce, which is kind of like full of chives and coriander, and it's like herbaceous. It's kind of like almost like a green goddess sauce-ish. It's kind of a mix between a green goddess sauce with a guacamole and like a ranch type thing. It's very yummy. And we're gonna make some molly fried chicken and put that on there. It's gonna be yum. But before we continue, let's go back to last time on show we did on the last strum. We had pizza. It was all things pizza, flatbread, you know, pizza's flatbread, right? We made some really different versions of pizza and they were really good. We loved this. We made pie day. That one got a little bit toasty, but that was probably one of our favorites. Spinach, ricotta, pie day, which is basically like a pizza, but kind of like folded in on the edges. I think it's Turkish, Middle Eastern pizza. This was yummy. This was garlic, herb, and cheese, kind of like a garlic bread pizza. Margarita, of course, with prosciutto. And then s'mores. We did air fryer s'more dip. So it's like a dip, but it's basically you get your air fryer, line it with baking paper. Then we put marshmallows, chocolate. I used candied orange peel. Delish. And then we put that in the air fryer, toasted it, and then you just get graham crackers, which we kind of toasted slightly so a bit crunchy, and then dip that in. Great suggestion. A few people suggested it, sent me the link, tagged me in posts in Instagram or TikTok. I love it. And then we made, one of them is, I forget how to pronounce the name. It's kind of like a Middle Eastern beef or lamb flatbread pizza, and that was really good. We really liked that. We did a variation with to turn it into a pide with nuts, pine nuts, and some cherries, prunes or cherries, and then some feta. Oh, it was delicious. It was really, really good. So please keep your suggestions coming. Exceed and I have discussed, we think we're gonna go back, we're gonna go to pizza now every 2 weeks because we have so much pizza on the weekends, and then that prevents me from doing any, Exceed's we always say that we've got leftovers, we can't go out for breakfast or we can't do anything because we've got so much leftovers and we're gonna get through the pizza. And we just kind of it's a lot of pizza every week. So I hope it's okay. We're just gonna spread it out a little bit thinner. So we can still use the pizza oven, but not, for pizza every week. But please keep your suggestions coming in. Different wild, wacky flavors. My face is really itchy. Wild, wacky flavors, I want to see them. Different cultural takes on pizza or flatbread, please send them in. I'm thinking that we kind of do some stuffed naan next week. Next week. And we go from there. This week's, also $312 in tips. Incredible. Going towards our eventual goal of probably a pizza oven. Initially, that money is in our account and it is going towards the packaging. We need to do our final payment for our packaging. So then that we're going to use that money towards the packaging, and then we'll the money that we would have used for the packaging we'll put aside for, does that make sense? Because our initial, like this week, we're going to have to pay for our final order, which is I think about $800 for our final, because we did split payments. So you before the production starts, you pay half, and then when the production's finished, you do the final half. And so it's all becoming real. Hopefully that's finalized this week, and then the shipping, hopefully I'm going to check in it today, actually, tomorrow, and then it's all coming together. And the $313 we're thinking is going to go towards a community goal of a edible printer. But Exceed and I discussed, we were looking at some options and things, but we're a little bit nervous. We want to start making brownies first and then get into customization. We don't want to overwhelm me with too many options and too many customizations with too many orders. Want to kind of get the handle on what we need first, and then find the right edible ink printer for us, so that we can do custom orders, work with companies and do like corporate orders. But we don't want to rush into buying a printer that is available in the next week or so. Make sense? So thank you for all of the support. 200 bits from Grumpy, Nido and Kerry, and the tips from Anonymous and Grumpy, and I'm really, really grateful. Thank you, everyone. And remember, it is continuation of September. Talk to the mods. They'll give you information about it. If you want to know about the bonuses of September, each week I think there's a new little bonus. If you choose to subscribe to the channel, then for the longer you sub for 3 months or 6 months, you get a discount. You get ad-free viewing. It's a bonus of the subs. Or if you want to choose to cheer, I think it is from this week that Twitch are going to add extra. I think it's like an extra 10% or something like that, or extra. Yeah, I don't know how it works. And it's all, 30% on new subs until October 1st. Thank you, Roselli. And then there is a bit bonus as well. But if you want to save money, and a more effective way of supporting the channel is tipping. If I've reduced the amount of ads, trying to reduce them as much as I can, without overwhelming you guys with the pre-roll ads that are out of our control. So if you would choose to, instead of taking that money that you subscribe with, then doing like an ongoing tip, or even just like a once-off tip, it's like a better one-for-one. Like if you tip $5, then we get like $4.80 or something like that of it, compared to if you choose to sub, which costs you more and more each time Twitch put it up. Say in Australia it's like $8.99 I think for a sub, we get $2.50. So from the comparison of what you guys pay to what we receive, it's a little bit different. So I just thought I'd be transparent with that, just to make you more aware. But I like that you guys get ad-free viewing with subs. So yeah. Bonus subs from September 26, bonus gift subs. And what happens with Roselli, what happens with the bits? When's that? Welcome back, Margot. How's your week been? Beware. Hello, Elka. Welcome in. Oh my goodness, Elka. I don't even know how to explain how grateful I am. Those renders. Just that, I think the mods keep telling me to be a little bit more open and ask for help and ask for assistance, because there's so many lovely people in the community who have so many different skills and that are willing to help with different processes in the stream and the brownie business, and I'm so grateful. I find it hard. I don't know if it's a cultural thing, I don't like to ask things of people that I can't do myself, and there's things that I'd rather learn it. I don't want to put anyone out, and it is very tricky. We've been streaming for 7.5 years, and I still find it really hard to ask for assistance and ask for help, and especially when I'm not in the ability to pay anyone, like pay for things, and I don't even know what I need sometimes. So when someone says to me like, I can do that for you, like it just takes, it's just incredible. I don't know what to ask for, but if someone says to me like, I could do this or I could do that, that for me is the best thing, because I find it hard to delegate things and think of like to how to ask or what to ask. But yeah, it is just mind-blowing that the things that you guys have been able to assist me with recently, and things that I just have come to me in the form of the community members' assistance is just, I don't even know, I'm waffling. I'm just very grateful. Luminology has been helping me with this website, and Elementor, Elka doing renders, mods doing so much behind the scenes. It's just something that I'm so appreciative of. So thank you. I want you to know how thankful I am. Loom, I went back to our current website today to like do a banner on brownies coming soon, because I've done some bit of promotion on the socials. So I put it onto our old website, just did a banner, and I thought, oh my God, it looks so boring. But also it was like going back to Gutenberg, like the box system or the blocks. I was just so confused of what to do compared to Elementor. So I see what you're saying, that how Elementor, once you get your brain around it, how easier it is and so much more functional. So I'm coming around to your side. I used to like the Gutenberg, but now, Elementor, I think it's huge learning curve. I'm still so confused with it, but I feel like each day I'm learning a new little trick. And so I'm excited for people to see the new website. And I've got a whole list of things that the mods and Exceed have picked up that I'm working on. It's just, there's only so much you can focus on like making things pretty. And it's more about like copywriting and editing and updating like terms of service and returns things. And it's just all compounding. So hopefully this week it's going to be busy, but hopefully we can get through it. All right, let me stop talking. Before we continue, let's do a deep dive into Discord, show what the community has been cooking and eating. I am fantastic. Has had a really good sleep. I'm excited for this week of streams and this week in general. The schedule, before we continue, I want to tell you about what's happening. So we've got crispy chicken tacos with creamy avocado sauce and tacos al pastor. So we're going to do the tacos al pastor, the pork in the pressure cooker, cut down on cooking time. And we're going to use these cute little things to hold our tacos. Wednesday is Miss Molly Makes Around the World. We're doing Belgian food. So on the menu, I can tell you what we've got is, hold on. We're doing dessert, of course, Belgian waffles. I couldn't find any other dessert that was like as good. I don't know if there's any suggestions. I am happy to change it, but I was going to just do Belgian waffles. Then we've got, these are all in French. I was Google translating, but carbonade flambant. Fuck. What? Okay, I don't know. It's basically like a Belgian stew, beef stew. And then we're doing moles frites. So we're doing mussels and fries. I bought a big lot of mussels for me. I love mussels. And then we're served very Belgian to eat them with pommes frites, which is fries. So you've got mussels and fries together. And then there's this dish called stomp au puree. It's basically Belgian mashed potatoes to go with our white wine mussels. It's going to be really yum. I think it's going to be delicious. And then Friday, we're doing Japanese miso chicken bowl with some sushi. So we're going to take the Japanese miso chicken, make it into sushi, maybe make some other aburi or something as well. So this is here. That's that's this week on Miss Molly. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I didn't tell Exceed we will be doing brownie streams. Definitely, I got a lot to do and I'll need some assistance. All right, let's do a deep dive into Discord, show what the community has been cooking and eating. Have you posted your foods this week? Guys? Who had a nice weekend? Rosalie, what did you eat this weekend? Did you go out and do anything? An omelette? Margot, what have you been eating? I did see some food from you. Hell's Bells mini carrot cakes, 6 packs from Costco. I like these, but they are so big and they're usually 2-pack. Like you have to get 2 6-packs at Costco to get the deal. You're basically like 2 for 1, I think. Like a BOGO or something. They're so big. Like they're the world's biggest muffins, and Exceed and I did it once when we first got like our Costco membership. You go a bit crazy and you spend a lot of money. We got these, we split them with like 3 and 3 with my brother, and I think there was apple crumble and chocolate muffins. Exceed and I, we had to freeze them. We had to cut them in half and freeze them. They were just so big and there was too many. How many of you guys get the muffins? They do taste really nice though, but I just wish they were, like instead of 6, having 12, but like half the size. Nothing fancy? Doesn't have to be fancy. Could just be anything. My food hasn't been fancy. Galaxy, oh, this is from the Milk Squad, chocolate digestives. Galaxy chocolate from the UK is bowler. It is really creamy, it's really yummy, it's like milk chocolate. And then this is a digestive, kind of like a graham cracker. Yum. So she was trying this with her parents and they were good. Apparently they also do Galaxy orange chocolate digestives. Yum. I really like Jaffa cakes, but I find like they're too small. You need to eat a whole packet because they're just so little. Jaffa cakes are like kind of like sponge with like an orange jelly on top covered in chocolate. They're really delicious, but they're way too small for humans, like adults. And Jaffa cakes for the win, right? I feel like we should try a Miss Molly remakes to do a Jaffa cake. What do you think? We need to bring, we've brought back Miss Molly around the world. Now we need to bring back Miss Molly remakes. We don't have a logo for it though, unfortunately. Beef aburi and prawn nigiri. How was this? Grumpy, was it good? Have you made my beef carpaccio aburi? This looks good. Simple, but yummy. I want to make this on the weekend, on Friday's stream, like a prawn nigiri or aburi, whatever. I get confused. Aburi is when it's torched, right? Nigiri is when it's raw or like not torched. I feel like we should remind me and we should do it this week. Looks good. The Milk Squad, I told her that I was just saying that like she sent us food and I was just saying like the last packet of prawn crackers was like, I was so excited. I was so sad, but excited because I ate the last one and it was so delicious. If you haven't tried prawn cocktail crisp or chips, delicious. They're light and tangy. If you're an Australian, it's light and tangy meets salt and vinegar. That's how Exceed described it, and I think that's pretty accurate. They're very delicious. And she said, well, the good news is you won't have to savor them anymore, and more are on their way with another treat box. Dude, I don't know what to say. That's crazy. Not prawny at all. Exceed doesn't eat seafood and they don't taste it. It's just kind of like the prawn cocktail sauce. It's like tangy, vinegary, but slightly like, not tomatoey, I wouldn't say tomato, but it tastes like light and tangy mixed with salt and vinegar. It is delicious. Even Exceed, he was put off by the name, but he said they were really yum. Shaddy's got the sickness in the household, so made some chicken soup. Look at these. Looks good. And then he said, tried out Woolworths' new Memphis-style barbecue chicken. Is that like a bachelor handbag chicken? Like a roast chicken? I never heard of that. Lots of garlic, paprika, cayenne used in the rub. Has added some nice flavors and heat. I like it. It's really good when you're sick. My go-to is like a soup with chili, ginger, garlic. Anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, but the chili just helps, bring the kind of like your congestion. It reduces, gets your nose runny. Really, really helpful for me. Get into your soup. I get really sad when you guys, I'm so jelly when you guys, oh my God, did I say jelly out loud? When you guys post pastries like this, because we don't have a beautiful bakery that makes fancy pastries or like a patisserie anywhere near our town. And this looks so good. Oh my goodness, jelly, I know, crazy. More pastry from the local shop, chocolate croissant filled with chocolate cremo, with peanut frangipane, yum. Very tasty. I like the bakery because while their pastries are inherently quite rich, they aren't overly sweet. I like that. Also, that croissant is on a dinner plate. It's like the size of 3 pastries. It's a big boy. Wow. Looks delicious. I don't think I've ever had a peanut frangipane before. Sounds good. Yum. I love just a regular almond frangipane. I did another photo shoot on the weekend and I made more almond croissant blondies. I love them more than I like the regular blondie. I'm like so on, but just adding the almond paste and the almonds on top is so good. It's so good. Sam's posting about Pepe Saya, which is like a butter factory in Australia. They have done a collaboration with Butter Boy. And they're doing banoffee pie cookie dough. I wouldn't even know where you get that from. I think you have to buy it from their website. Interesting. I would have never thought of buying like butter or like cookie dough on a website. I suppose people also have never thought about buying brownies on a website. So, yeah. Went to family movie night at the kids' school and they had wood-fired pizzas there. Oh my goodness. Mouth-watering holy moly garlic pizza, margarita pizza, and a meat lovers with ham off the bone, bruschetta and pepperoni. This is oh my God. This is like better than the pizza I make. Oh my God, at a school movie night. That is really good. I would have liked to seen the setup. Wonder if Kate took a photo of the setup. Yes, that looks amazing. We need to make more pizzas like this. That's not the school pizza I know, neither. I baked sourdough Saturday night. And then we woke up and I make baked beans. We were gonna do scrambled eggs, but I don't have any eggs. I have one single egg. So we ended up doing the all-in-together baked beans, which are delicious, smoky baked beans. Very yum. With cheese on top. Annie made sausage and egg McMuffins at home. This is so good. I hope you made, Annie, Margot, now you got this down pat. Make a few, pop them in the freezer. That's what Nido does. Makes a bunch, pops them in the freezer, then you just take them out, put them in the oven, and then you've got sausage and egg McMuffins whenever you want. Very smart idea. We should make English muffins on stream. We haven't made them in a while. Would you guys be interested in making English muffins? And then we could make from scratch sausage and egg or bacon egg McMuffins. Yeah. We did 7-layer dip yesterday. Way too many beans. I tried to make this last week and we didn't have any beans, so I used beef. And it wasn't as good. And this time I overcompensated and used way too many beans. It was tasty, but it was like a too big of a portion. We had one of these each. And then ended up mixing them into one and putting them in the fridge. Very nice. So it had beans mixed with all in together, or first things first, Mexican seasonings mix that you can get from my cookbooks. Then we had tomato salsa, guacamole, sour cream, cheese, red onion, coriander, and then Cholula. I think that was, yeah, it was very good. It was like 7-8 layers, really. Grumpy Gamer, strawberry banana froyo. Our girl got a Ninja Creamy. Looks really good. And so this is strawberry banana with frozen yogurt. Yum. And then, so she said, so far it's peach sorbet and the froyo, but we got some violet crumble, which is like honeycomb protein powder. So they're going to make that into chocolate honeycomb ice cream. And then slushies. So they got margarita mix. Yeah. Going to be perfect in summer. I'm tossing up if, like, what I would prefer more out of a shaved ice machine or a Ninja Creamy. I think I would prefer shaved ice because we have an ice cream machine. I'm still on my obsession of shaved ice. Shave ice. You guys told me it's not got a D in it. That's the only thing. But I think that summer coming, the warmer weather, it's going to reignite my love for shave ice and bingsu. So I've got to figure out, I don't know if there's the attachment for the KitchenAid. Maybe I'll ask for Christmas. We'll see. 15-hour potatoes served with gourmet sausages and veggies. So this is a recipe from Poppy Cooks, who's an Instagrammer or TikToker. She used to be on Sorted Food, if anyone knows Sorted Food, the YouTube channel. So basically you really thin, from the basics of what I remember, you really thinly slice like paper thin potatoes. You layer them with like butter or duck fat or something, and then you compress them in a cake tin, and you compress them for like 15 hours. And then you slow cook it for like 2 or 3 hours in the oven, and it like all compresses and cooks in the layers. Then you refrigerate it, slice it, and then deep fry it. I think that's what it is. Well, if you're interested, I can get the recipe for you. Someone can put it in Discord. What do you mean it doesn't have a D in it? It's ice that has been shaved. Probably a location-based difference. Yeah, someone told me that it's called shave ice, is how they refer to it in Hawaii. Yeah, I said I'm obsessed with shave ice, shave ice, shave ice. And then I was like, no, Molly, it's not shaved ice, it's shave ice. Yeah. So some has the D, but the Hawaiians don't like the D. They're missing out. She Rose, look at this. For years I've been trying to figure out how to make jalapeno poppers in the best way. I finally took a tip from a restaurant that makes them amazingly. I always bake them or grilled them on the stove, but never thought of deep fry. Wow, neither would I. I've only deep fried them when they've got breading. Never like with bacon. Oh God, hiccups. I don't have a deep fryer, but I filled a small saucepan with oil and fried them, and they came out so perfect. Always looking for the best way to make jalapeno poppers. This looks good. We've done it, instead of bacon, puff pastry, and then you make them look like mummies. We did it for Halloween a few times. It's due to, shave ice is how it's in Hawaii. It's due to the Japanese origins of the dessert. Well, I'm not in Hawaii. Good to know, though, in seriousness. Yeah. Look at this. I prefer bingsu than shaved ice anyway. So we'll just call it bingsu. This looks great. Shiros, thank you for sharing. Beware. We don't do crunchy tacos often, but I came across ranch flavored shells a la Taco Bell. Cilantro, coriander, lime rice for both of us. And there was some leftover pineapple from a fruit tray I bought for work. So I put in some tahini and put it out of its misery. Oh, yum! Look at this. See, I like the flavor of hard shell tacos, but I don't like how they crack and stuff. I do like soft tacos as well, which we're making today. Whereas Exceed, he prefers hard shell all the time. He just likes the flavor is better with corn, but he doesn't like soft shell corn tacos. He thinks they're messy. Interesting. They look really good. The interesting ranch flavored taco shells is wild to me because I don't think in Australia we've ever got flavored taco shells. The only brand that is really available other than the home brand, which is usually subpar, is Old El Paso. They definitely hold a monopoly on like taco kits in Australia. Anne's back. I feel so bad for posting these weeks, not posting these last weeks, but I know that every time I see a pretty plate, fun food, I always thinking of you guys on this channel. This meal was for my early birthday with my boyfriend. I don't really have time to celebrate this year, so my boyfriend surprised me by taking me to one of my favorite restaurants called Hono Izakaya. We ordered karage and then I got the tantaman, which is milky sesame soy broth with the condiments that you see. Yes, yum. My lover ordered shoyu ramen with chasu. Both ramen were very good, but unfortunately my ramen was too rich and creamy for me. I struggled to eat the noodles because they felt so thick and heavy, so I ate everything on top and I was still happy. I know not to get milky broth again. Personal taste. Look at the karage chicken. Yum. Let me see if your Taco Bell does Doritos Los Tacos. I don't think they would. Look at that. And then this is the ramen. So I thought tantamen was the dipping ramen. What am I thinking? What's the ramen with the noodles on the side and you dip? That's my favorite way of having it. You have cold noodles and you dip them into the hot broth. It's my birthday in your time zone. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Thank you everyone for sharing. I did get everything, didn't I? Oh, hold on. There we go. There we go. Happy birthday. Sukumen. There we go. Sukumen, not tantamen. Hold on. See if I've got a... No. And it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Anne. We've missed you. Hope you're doing really well. I'm sorry that you don't have time to celebrate your birthday, but we're going to celebrate it with you today. Hold on. Y'all refer to a cheesy gordita crunch as a cheesy G taco? I got no idea. I only been to Taco Bell once. I haven't been to Taco Bell in America. No, maybe once in America, I think. But I went to Taco Bell in Australia. We've had it once. Exceeded myself. It was okay. It wasn't great. But it's called a cheesy G. It's interesting. Gordita. I wonder why that is. Weird. Okay. So. Okay, that was a bit of a silly mistake. It's gone over the edge. But, okay. So we're going to get stuck with the tacos al pastor. Into the void. Yeah, I can reach it though. Okay, so today's recipe is... I might be able to put them both in Molly Test Kitchen. I haven't edited them. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've made them. So we're going to do crispy chicken tacos later. because we need to get started with the tacos al pastor. Today we are using canned pineapple instead of fresh pineapple. It's better with fresh. So the things you're gonna need is pork shoulder, which I've defrosted overnight and popped in my fridge. Okay, so pork shoulder, and then we're gonna need garlic, oregano, cumin, salt, pepper, chipotle and adobo, paprika, sweet paprika, honey, pineapple juice, vinegar, and water. Put that all into the pressure cooker. We're gonna pressure cook it for about 50 minutes. And then that should be nice enough that we can like shred. I don't like shredding it completely, but like pulling it apart gently. It needs to be like pull apart texture. And then we're gonna serve that with some like corn or flour tortillas with some pineapple, red onion, coriander. Very simple, but very delicious. So in here is the pressure cooker. And this is a great recipe you can make for mass, like mass people, a big group, because it's very minimal work. Okay, so like that, get this away. Okay. You can trim. It smells okay. You can trim it if you want. Obviously, hashtag lazy cook sometimes. And like if I don't have to get a chopping board and get all of that equipment out, I kind of would dump and go. Don't have to worry about it. So we're gonna build our flavor. How many of you have had tacos al pastor? I had it for the first time on stream and then made this recipe up from there. Exceed doesn't really eat pork, so I'll probably take, he might try a little bit. He doesn't mind it when he can't taste the flavor of the pork, so it's got to be quite intense, like a barbecue sauce, like a pulled pork. Don't think I've ever had it. Okay. So it's pork, pineapple, quite, simple flavors, the acidity from the pineapple, but we're also going to add some vinegar. So it's sweet, smoky, spicy. You could add a little bit of, if you wanted to. It's not, I don't think it's traditional, but you can add some liquid smoke. I like the flavor of that. I don't like pork much, and Jay doesn't like pineapple. Well, there you go. But I think you guys beware might like the next recipe, which is the crispy chicken tacos. Good morning, Down Milk Squad. All right, so here, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna need this anyway, so. Garlic, where's all my knives? Coffee acquired, fantastic. Mine's gone cold, but I might warm it up. Okay. Just gonna wash myself a knife. Because my knives don't go in the dishwasher, so they basically just sit here in like a rack until I'm ready to wash them all by hand. And if you've been around, you know that I don't like washing dishes by hand. So maybe I'll do them like once a week. Like I rinse them and then, yeah. But if I need them, I wash them as I need them. I'm lazy, okay? Lazy when it comes to doing that. All right, so garlic in there. So we've got 3 to 4 cloves. I've added 4. We're gonna do some oregano. Oregano. What do you find, what protein do you guys eat more of? Do you eat more chicken, pork, turkey, lamb, beef? For us, we usually eat a lot of chicken. It's kind of reduced. We're eating a little bit more vegetarian meals recently. I like beef, but unless we get steak from or ground beef, I don't usually buy roasts or more elaborate cuts of beef because it's just so expensive. We really like chuck, like a big roast, chuck roast, because then we pressure cook it and slow cook it, or slow cook it and pull it. But they don't sell it in at Woolworths, our grocery store, so it's kind of hard to buy. Like I don't know where the local butcher is, so we haven't really got access. Like the butcher that was nearby, they closed down. They were next to Coles and they closed. So it's just been a bit of a bum actually. I would eat more beef because usually I get a roast, cut it in half, and then that's like 2 meals, 2 different types. So chicken is easiest because it's cheap and it's readily available. I prefer chicken, but mostly beef. Okay. Chicken because it goes on sale the most. If I had all the money, I'd eat nothing but steak. Okay. Love it, Tiger. Welcome in. Nated Burrito, welcome back. How was your stream? Okay, so in here we've got oregano. We're going to add some cumin. And we've got paprika in there with some garlic. Like that. We'll go into some salt. How was your stream? What'd you get up to today? Hello, everybody. My name is Molly. Today we're making tacos. We're doing tacos al pastor. And then we're also going to be doing crispy chicken tacos with avocado sauce. All right. Pepper. And we need some chipotle and adobo, some honey. I lost my honey pourer, and then I suppose I should chop it off more, but it doesn't come out very well from this. So take the lid off. I used to have this really beautiful honey jar. It was glass. Exceed bought it for me and then it broke. And then Kate also bought me a Le Creuset. It's kind of like a honey, I might go back to that actually. Like a honey pot. But I kept having issues. It got really messy. But I think I'm going to go back to it and just put it on the bench here. Like this. You just... Not a fan of red meat, so steak. We were asking about what type of protein. Do you eat more chicken, beef, turkey, venison? Like, what are you eating more of at the moment? We eat a lot of chicken. We were saying about like cost of living, it's cheaper. I grew up eating a lot of lamb. We used to raise sheep on our farm, so we used to a lot of lamb. But now lamb is very expensive. My husband doesn't really like it as much. That it's a bit gamier. It's not as versatile as chicken and beef is. We eat more chicken. However, this week I'm focusing on eating more beef. Yeah, okay. I think it's good to have a nice amount of red meat in your diet, especially for women with like iron. The amount of iron in there. You don't like lamb? I can understand that. All right, I just keep that like that. Okay, honey, white vinegar, water. So beef is expensive, I agree, but I do like beef. We get really beautiful steaks from Costco. Last time I bought a big like a roast or like a big fillet, and I sliced it myself. I think it's called top sirloin, and it works out to be like $24 a kilo. And it can be cheaper if you cut it yourself. It's really yummy. It's leaner as well. I would say it's more like New York strip or like porterhouse. And I use it for steak, but then also really thinly slice it for sushi. Delicious, delicious. Big fan. Beef carpaccio sushi, which is on my website. Really good. That's a good price, yeah. Buy in bulk from Costco, and the meat is really good quality. But then other than that, we eat beef mince. Or the other thing from Costco is bulgogi beef. I'm in the UK, so beef is very expensive, yeah. I didn't know too much about the beef industry in the UK, but there's some countries where just don't have like the space, I assume, for bugger. I thought I had chopped. This always happens. So every time I go to make my carrot cake that uses pineapple, I only ever have chopped pineapple or pineapple rings. But now I want chopped pineapple or pineapple rings. I've got crushed pineapple. It's always the way. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna squeeze out some of the juice to then put in here. God damn it. Thank you, Beware. So just put it in a strainer like this. And we're just using the back of a spoon to squeeze out some juice. So we're just looking for 1/3 of a cup of pineapple juice. Nice acidity. It'd be better if you could get like pineapple juice or fresh pineapple and then juice that, but this works well. You just want to make sure that you get pineapple rings or crushed pineapple in juice, not syrup. I don't really think there's a time where I buy anything in syrup. I prefer it to be in juice, just because you've got added sugar then. Syrup is like a sugar syrup, and you're just adding unnecessary sugar in your diet. We have cows near us. They have a lot of nice fields, plenty of space, I think it is. Oh, I think that's why beef is expensive. It's more like free range cows, the happy cows. I get you. Okay. So that is cool. There we go. Just a bit of 1/3. Pineapple there. I think with the leftover pineapple, we might make some carrot cake. Or any ideas what we can do with pineapple? Yum. If we had a Ninja Creamy, we could make mojito ice cream. Okay. Vinegar, now 1/4 cup of water. And then that's nearly ready to go once we add the chipotle and adobo, which is smoked jalapenos. What is the best type of taco? What is the best taco you've had ever? Can you remember? Was it beef? Was it chicken? Was it pork? Was it turkey? Okay. So chipotle and adobo, delicious. We're using 2 teaspoons. And then the rest I'll make some mayo. Okay. So we're looking at something like this. So all of the ingredients in there, and you can give it a little mixture. There we go. Just kind of press it into the liquid. Fabulous. So with the pressure cooker, you don't need as much liquid as you would with a slow cooker, for instance. You just need a minimum of 1 cup of liquid to create enough steam. Hey, neat. Noodle burrito. Oh, I love a good fish taco. I love a good fish taco. When we were in San Diego, amazing fish tacos down there. Where's my, it's here. Zesty fish taco, my favorite tacos ever have been chicken ones from a local restaurant. Simple, but so good. Radishes. Oh God, Kevin. Kevin, no. never had a fish taco. You're missing out. Just plugging this in. Hey Google, send Kevin home. All right, so we're gonna go for 45. I think we'll go for 50 minutes. Pressure cooking on high. Lock it, make sure it's locked. Fabulous. Then we're good to go. Oh God. Kevin is our remote robot vacuum. He's a bit special.
Off the floor.
There we go. Okay, I think he's good. All right. So, honey. A honey pot. There. So that's super easy. Just whack it in. That's why I love a pressure cooker. It makes what you can in a slow cooker, but in a fraction of the time, like 50 minutes. So in that time, you can get everything else done and dusted, and then in an hour have dinner on the table. Like you could go and, you know, bath the kids or clean the house or go and sit down and watch a show. Then when it finishes, you get in that 10 minutes it takes to depressurize, the beeper will go off. Then you just chop up your pineapple, warm up your tortillas, and then you've got dinner on the table in 60 minutes. It's so, so good. I have a pressure cooker that can be used as a slow cook too. Yep, this is a Breville fast slow cooker. So you can steam, pressure cook, slow cook in there, saute as well. And that's all the functions that it has. But I've had the previous one for 6 years. And then I've just recently bought the exact same one because I love it. You can get one with fancy yogurt settings and soup settings and whatever, but I just like this. It was $160. Amazing. And I know how to use it. I just think that you don't need, for me, I don't need all the bells and whistles. I just need a pressure cooker. We make rice in there, 4-minute rice. We call it Rice Baby. And it'll change your life. That's why we create, like I got to use it, got to learn more about it by the community decided, like chose a slow cooker pressure cookbook, and I fell in love with my pressure cooker because of creating these recipes. Honestly, I'm very transparent. I wasn't very keen on doing a slow cooker pressure cooker cookbook, but we had community suggestions and we did a merch vote over months, and this was born. And testing recipes, doing research about pressure cookers and slow cookers. There's so much that you can make in a pressure cooker or a slow cooker that you don't expect. Things from porridge or oatmeal, baked beans, cakes. What else we got? Oatmeal, which is one of my faves. Soups, stews, of course, cinnamon rolls, rice pudding, French toast casserole, orange chicken, birria beef, pulled pork, Caribbean beef chicken biryani, tomato and feta pasta, rice polenta, parmesan and garlic parmesan potatoes, Italian wedding soup. Then you've got desserts, berry cheesecake in the pressure cooker or slow cooker. Then we've got appleberry crumble, self-saucing pudding, sticky date pudding, lemon poppy cake, banana bread, hot chocolate, iced tea, mulled wine, so many things. This is available in ebook or physical book. If you buy it physical, it'll come from me and I'll send it to you with a little message. It's one of only 20 left. I think under 20 of, maybe like 25 of these. And then First Things First, which is our other cookbook, there's a little bit less than them. Never to be printed again. They're limited edition books, but the ebooks you can get for like $12 US, $13 US. One of my favorite books, so many recipes, thank you. I love to hear that. Sticky date pudding. So we need to. I haven't made that in so long. There's so many good recipes that I flick through them. I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. Like, why don't we make this? But a lot of them, if you have, we sell them on Amazon too. If there was an issue with Amazon, like I think it was the cost of, do you mean like, you have to send them to Amazon. Yeah, I think it was that you have to sell them to Amazon and you have to have a certain amount and then you pay ongoing like rates so that if they have to, it's like it's a whole thing. You have to, I think there was a reason. Yeah, you have to like, it's an ongoing fee to hold them. And then if you're not, you can get them to print them as well, but we sell them on the ebooks on Google Books and Apple Books. So you can get the, ebook there. If you buy all in together, it comes as an audiobook, an ebook, and a physical book if you buy physical. But Exceed, my husband, does an audiobook version where he steps you through the recipe. You can listen to it, and he'll step you through cooking it, like all the steps, and it's very, very cool. It's very soothing voice, so that while you're cooking, you don't have to look down at the page. Yeah. And then there's like a QR code for each page, each recipe. It's very nice. Okay, so the next one we're gonna do crispy chicken tacos. So we're gonna do the crispy chicken first. So we're gonna make the brine and then some crumbing and then an avocado dressing. These are, again, simple but really yummy. The crispy chicken you can make in the morning, brine them for a few hours and then make overnight. But I don't do that, because if you've known me for a while, you know that I like instant gratification. I don't really think ahead of time. So we brine for like 30 minutes while we're preparing everything else. But if you brine for longer, you add more flavor. Do not sleep on the audiobook option. It is awesome. Okay, so I've got chicken breastises and chicken thighs as well. I accidentally... I defrosted breast and thigh overnight, but then I realized that this was already in here from Friday. But I don't know what to do with that because the dogs don't eat chicken anymore. So I might use all of it and do all of it fried chicken, because then we'll just have fried chicken for a few days. Okay, so you need a chopping board with a little grippy mat underneath, like this. I prefer breast. I prefer thigh for fried chicken on occasion, but my husband only eats breast. He only likes white meat. He doesn't. He doesn't like how with chicken thigh, how tender it is, that it sometimes he feels like it feels undercooked because it is pinker and it is more fatty, whereas breast, you know, it's opaque and it is firmer. It feels like it's more cooked. So each to their own, whatever you like. I like a bit of both. Obviously, chicken thighs, I prefer to, chicken tenders, I like to be breast, but whatever you like. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna slice them really thin. I'm gonna cover my hand. I got bitten by, we think it's a bee, but the stinger is like migrated. And we think we got it out. I think I got it out, but I hacked into my hand over the weekend, so it's quite sore. And so I'm gonna wear a glove. Well, I don't really need to use it, just to be safe. Okay. So how many people, tell me more about your tacos. Do you like soft shell, hard shell? Underappreciated style of taco. I definitely think that it's becoming more well known, like birria is becoming more well known. It is very tasty, but I think that, I'm just taking this a little bit off. Hey, big guy. What was I saying? Underappreciated varieties of tacos, though, I would say pork belly tacos. A crispy, really nice. I don't really eat too much pork, as I was saying before, but pork belly tacos are very nice. So the grain is going this way, and so we're just cutting across it into some strips like this. And then rather than cutting straight across, I always cut like on an angle. So I'll see if I can, like this. So I'm cutting a strip, for instance, but then if I did it like that way, it's just like a big rectangle. So what I do is I usually cut it on the angle, so you've got like more of a strip, just like a bit more elongated. I try not to eat pork. Is specific reason, Sparky Pugwash? Like any specific reason? Just don't like the flavor? I like a crispy chicken taco. It's a bit fatty. I agree. Pork belly is, especially if it's not rendered off enough, it can be really fatty. Okay, take this bit and off. There we go. So you just want like pieces that will go nicely into your taco, and you can get like 1 or 2 pieces. And once they're covered in breading, they will be larger, but you don't want them too wide because then, you know, it's awkward to put in your taco. Make sense? Okay. So it's just gonna go in there. Should have got white deeper bowls, but more feedback on the miso chicken I shared. I'm here for this, and I'll be heading to your site for more. I love it. Thank you, Nito. Please keep the comments coming. Let me know what people think. All right. What's this? Weird coloured. Okay. Excuse me, Chess. My girlfriend's restaurant carries 8 or 9 types of meat, so I just kind of cycle through them. All pastor is what I get the most. Okay. Eight or 9 types. So tell me what other varieties of meat they use. That's interesting. So strips like this. I don't usually like to wear gloves. I think what the health department also say is it's wearing gloves isn't necessary. The requirement is that you wash your hands, and the recommendation is that you wash your hands more frequently rather than wearing gloves, because gloves protect the user, but they don't. And when we had our health department check a few weeks ago, she was saying that a lot of people think that they forget when wearing gloves what they're touching, but they just think that they're protected, yet they're contaminating a lot more of the objects around them when wearing gloves. So it's better that you just wash your hands and not wear gloves, because wearing gloves dulls your sensation. So if you touch something, you feel that it's wet, that it's sticky. Whereas wearing gloves, that dulls the sensation, so you don't necessarily feel that your hands are sticky or it's still wet. So then you go and touch things, where you're spreading a lot more bacteria. Whereas if your hands are sticky, you go and wash them a lot, more frequently, or you get that stimulus to then know that, that they're contaminated. So I thought it was really interesting, because a lot, especially on social media, what you'll see is in the comment section for food videos, people be like, ew, you're not wearing gloves. You're not wearing gloves. Remember all these things about gloves, when in food preparation, but it's not actually correct. Like if you've got good hand hygiene, it's better than anything else. to just, whoop. This is a lot of chicken. I didn't realize that the bag of chicken breasts that I defrosted last night had so much in it. But it's not really food safe to refreeze it. So either like use it now for one recipe or refrigerate it and then use it ideally tomorrow, but no later than that. Okay, so that's breast, and then thigh is here. Mexicans generally don't eat ground beef, seen as a peasant food. Their tacos would always be some kind of steak. Okay. So different types of steak, different cuts. Chicken carnitas. So explain to me carnitas for other people, for myself and other people. Carnitas is pork, is that correct? All right, so this is similar type of thing, just cutting in strips. A lot more fat on chicken thighs. So you just want to kind of trim a bit of that off. Fat is flavor, of course, but when we're frying it, then it doesn't have the opportunity to kind of render off. And so then you're biting into a really fatty piece of chicken, and it's not very enjoyable. And it can be, when you're deep frying, deep frying is like flash frying, where it's cooking it pretty quickly, so you don't have that opportunity for it to melt as much and render off. So then it can still be kind of like pretty firm fat. Pork shredded, okay. Interesting. I just wash my hands well unless something that's stained like turmeric, yeah? Even when I always forget to use gloves when I'm using food colour. And so I'm always used to having coloured hands, but it washes off pretty quickly these days. Okay, so just trimming this. Yeah, usually I would give these offcuts to the dogs, but unfortunately I still think the dogs are allergic to something, just as paws are still red, but seems to be, there's been a reduction in his licking his paws because of common allergy for dogs is chicken. And chicken is in a lot of dog food, and you have to be really careful, because I was at the pet store, or like the pet food store, and she was saying that even though some dog food says it's beef or it's turkey or whatever, they use chicken oils to cook the meat in. And so you have to really look at the ingredients. It's very unregulated that you think you're buying beef, but it's actually cooked in chicken fat. Places like, I think it's called Black Hawk. She was, and I think Eukanuba. Very interesting. You don't expect that you have to look at that. I wonder if they might be allergic to grass. Maybe. He doesn't like touching the grass when it's cold. He's got sensitive paws recently in winter, but I didn't think about grass. Nothing. Oh. There we go. Dogs can get hay fever. Yeah. All right. Take this away. Take off my gloves. Drop down. But he has his checkup, I think, next week, which has been the longest he's gone without seeing the vet. He's still very healthy, I think. I checked his gums. I get a bit nervous because he's had anemia. His gums were white when he was sick last year, and lack of red blood cells. And so I get a bit nervous. So I checked them this morning and I think they were just the sunlight. I think they were just a little bit pale because of the sunlight, but hopefully it's all good. He's still very active and running and very healthy, aren't you? I'm so happy we've got our first break in the weather. Fall is almost here. How's your weather? It's been really lovely. Yesterday it was really sunny and beautiful. We're definitely going into spring, which is my favorite time of the year. I love it. Really like, spring is my favorite because things are coming back to life. It's bright and sunny, but the weather is cooler. It's very, very nice. Like it's more moderate weather. This is the time where when we were kids that lambs used to be born. Things were green, but it wasn't like rainy anymore. And you don't have the extreme, like autumn as well, or you guys call fall, can still be quite hot in Australia, especially the last few years. We've had really hot, like February, March, April has been still quite warm. Oh, sorry, April, May, March, April, May, yeah. All right, so I'm just getting some milk. We say autumn in the UK, yeah. Hi. All right, so into here we're adding some milk. So you want a cup of milk. Like that. I was gonna take some of the chicken out, but the breast, but that's okay. So we're gonna create like a brine. So you could use buttermilk here if you wanted to, but I just use like a vinegar or lemon juice. Then we're gonna do hot sauce, some paprika, cayenne, garlic powder. Okay, and a bit of salt. And you can let this sit for, like in the refrigerator for a few hours. Garlic powder. Paprika. Cayenne, a little bit of spice. So I've got in the habit of just shaking these so it kind of loosens up the spice, so then you can then do this. Garlic powder, paprika. If you want, you can add a little bit of cumin as well. I've been excited by the fact that it's staying lighter for a little bit longer. It's nice. There we go. Salt, pepper, pepper. There we go. So flavour, okay, flavour. Give this a mix. And you would ideally do this in a bigger bowl. Like a deeper bowl, but as much as you want it all submerged like this. And then the vinegar, which I can't find. We'll use some lime juice. Okay. I love cumin, me too. It's 12.78 Celsius here, according to Google, and I'm loving it. So is Lyra. We had the windows open all night last night and woke up cold, but she actually slept on the bed. Nice. Okay. Mix that in. My bowl is a bit small. It's okay. It's taco time. How you doing, Raji? Did you have a good weekend? It's nice to see you. There we go. Push it down. Chili con carne earlier with rice. Ooh, that sounds good. Very nice. What, a weekend? What's that? Oh, was you telling me that your weekend starts on Tuesday? Who was telling me that on the week? On the Friday? That they work weekends. Who was that? Okay. Wipe the bench. Decontaminate. I've got to get more paper towel. Storage in the garage. Costco. Working weekend sounds awful. I thought they quit making those weekends. We need to have balance. All right, let's decontaminate our bench. Hell's bells, I just went on a raid train from a quiet, peaceful Japanese fishing stream to the most Australian woman I've ever heard also fishing. Volume and cursing went from 0 to 100. Australian, so what, me? Or who was, hold on. So Australian woman fishing, was it Splucy? No, Liz Bumblebee, never heard of her. You're not fishing, you're cooking. I know, but I was just like, most Australian woman. And I was like, oh, was that me? I was like, I don't swear that much. Never heard of Liz Bumblebee. On Twitch? Was it good? The only fisherman, Lucy was only 25%, the Aussie Lizzie is. Oh, really? See, the connotation and the generalization that Australians swear, like, I don't, you made me laugh when you said, once said, rack off hairy legs. Yeah, and everyone told me that they never heard that. They never heard rack off hairy legs. And I like, it was just a me thing. And I'm like, no, people say that. The amount of F's and C's as the 250 viewer raid hit, it wasn't from the chippery. Yeah, I don't swear that much. I've heard that a lot, rack off hairy legs. Something that my grandma has always said. My grandma says it a lot, rack off hairy legs. Okay, just checking that it's locked. Let's get into the avocado sauce. So you're gonna need avocado, sour cream, vinegar, apple cider vinegar usually, garlic, some herbs. It's very yummy. Must have missed that one. What does it mean? Hey Google, what does rack off hairy legs mean?
On the website trycupofcoffee.com, they say, rack off, push off, get lost, get out of here. Also, rack off hairy legs.
So like rack off hairy legs is like, rack off is like, oh, rack off, like, oh, go away type thing. It's more like like get out of it type thing. Like my grandma would be like, oh, rack off hairy legs, like get out of here, like get out of that. Like say, if you know when you go to like your grandparents' house and you go through stuff and you like a little bit a bit nosy. Do you guys know nosy? Like, you know, they go, oh, get out of here, like rack off, get out of it, rack off hairy legs. And then so imagine if like if I was in my grandma's office, her study, and that's where she keeps her Christmas presents. As a little kid, we would go into her office and that's where she keeps her Christmas presents. She put them, lock at the door and then like before she wraps them. So if you're being a bit nosy, she'd like, kind of like slap your hand as a joke and she'd say, rack off hairy legs, like get out of it, like, you know, go away, leave type thing. Yeah, it's kind of, it's very jovial, like, or like rack off, or is like a way of saying get out, like go away. Rack off! Get out of here, rack off! Yeah, it's a little bit more, yeah, like a bit of like a polite version. Yeah, it's more like it's more jovial, more like light-hearted way of saying it, I would say. Okay, there's probably a lot of slang. Go forth and multiply, Sean. So yeah, if there's probably a lot of slang of words that I say on occasion that you guys don't understand, just let me know and I'll explain them. Okay, so we need avocado. Just dropping stuff. I did the typical Molly thing, guys. You know, I buy an ingredient for a specific recipe, and then on the weekend, it's usually on the weekend, then I'm like, oh, I'm going to use that. And then I forget that I needed it. One of them being an avocado. I had a beautiful avocado, made guacamole yesterday, and I needed it for today. This one isn't as ripe, but we're going to blend it, so I think that should make up for the misgivings of it not being perfectly ripe. We need to add an exclamation mark slang command. You can. You know how to ask Exceed? Because I was going to say, you know how to do it. I'm like, no, I don't know if you can do it. So I was like, you know how to ask Exceed to do it. We got some chives. Oh God, you came out of nowhere.
How's the tacos?
Good. How you doing?
Great.
Do you want chicken or pork?
You already know the answer.
Do you want thigh or breast?
Breast.
Breastises, okay. Exceed, what's a common slang that I say often? What would you say was my...
who's she at home? What's she like at home?
Oh, who's she at home? Another thing that people think that I made up. Exceed thinks that I made up. Saying, oh, who... Oh! Guys, how many of you know who Elle Macpherson is? I'm very curious to know. Who was the other person we were talking about and you didn't know?
The other one. The other model.
The other model.
Was it Claudia?
Not Claudia. Claudia Schiffer. Oh yeah, I think maybe it was Claudia Schiffer. But Exceed, we'll listen to the radio. Model in the 90s, yeah, The Body. Elle Macpherson, The Body. Not Cindy Crawford, but we were, I think we were listening to her on the radio and I said, oh, that's Elle. And he goes, who? And I was like, Elle Macpherson. I was like, The Body, like the very famous Australian, probably our most famous modelling export. He didn't know who I was talking about. I was like, dude. I was like, he goes, like Pam Anderson. I was like, no, like, I was like, yeah, kind of like that type of, I was like, she's tall, thin. No one, like, Cedith, you know who Elle Macpherson is? Oh yeah, who's she when she's at home? Is a good one, yeah. Who's, like when the slang is like, oh, who's Elle Macpherson when who's she when she's at home? Is like, who even is that person, like, where's Kate Upton from? No idea. America, I'm assuming. I haven't heard of her in years. Last thing I heard that she went in that airplane and she was like floating for a photo shoot. I watched a video years ago. But you guys don't know who Elle Macpherson is? I'm trying to find this to make our sauce. Oh, damn it, the lid. A supermodel, yeah. But I just thought being like a boy, he would know, you know, boys know models, don't they? You know, that old, like, surely they've thought she's pretty or, you know what I mean? Like, because if you asked it, and most people, but most boys, it's a generalization, obviously, but would know who Pamela Anderson is. It's like, even I thought she's pretty, yeah, but you know what I mean? Like that generalization from what, like, that boys know girls, you know what I mean? Girls know, like, rave over boys, but damn, she's hot. Name sounds vaguely familiar, but not notoriously bad for celebrities regardless of origin. Yeah, okay. Okay, L. There's a poll up. Let's go. But yeah, a lot of people would, you know, locker, what do they call it? Like locker, boys' lockers talk, locker room, or like showing their friends pictures of Pamela Anderson and having them on their wall, whatever. Not like in a toxic way, but like in a, you know. Okay, so avocado in here. Sometimes this can be so annoying. Yo. Who watched the Hulu renamed release of Australia, I'm assuming, instead of Austria, with Hugh Jackman, that they made like 8 hours long? No, I don't know sure. Yeah, Elle was the it girl in the 90s. Yep. And Megan Gale, like she went to Italy and she was huge. But I would say that Elle was bigger. Wasn't she like a Victoria's Secret model, like a supermodel? Okay, so into here we're gonna add sour cream. What else is in the sauce? Sour cream, apple cider vinegar, garlic. I've got some chives. Add some coriander. I think Elle was on Britain's Next Top Model. Okay. This has come from the Asian grocer, where I was last week, and it always stays fresher than the regular grocery stores. Straight in there. So it's kind of like an avocado crema. Elle was on Linda. Elle, yeah, hold on. Yeah, Elle was and Linda Evangelista, Naomi Campbell level. Yeah. Oh, was on the level. Okay. Yeah, I get you. I missed it. Who are we talking about? Elle Macpherson. I looked it up and you're kidding. She's 60? She's looking fit. It's genes. Also, a lot of money to... I think she said she's had no plastic surgery, but I don't care if people have. Whatever makes you happy. She's battling cancer? I think she just released a book. I think that's why she was on the radio. You know of her bad lip job, right? Oh, no idea. Wow. Yeah, so we got talking about slang and then we got talking about Elle Macpherson. Because I was saying to the other day that Ixie didn't know who she was. From the slang, who is she when she's at home? She had breast cancer, okay. She's definitely had some work done now, okay. I think, like, I didn't really think of it much, you know, about cosmetic surgery or whatever, about, you know, my opinions of other people having it until the other day. I got a lash lift, which is just like, basically like they curl your eyelashes and it's kind of like, it lasts for a few weeks. And the difference in like the confidence that you have or like the boost that it gives you and how nice it looks. Like, I don't care that what anyone else thinks. I like it and like I'll keep getting it. It's not a cosmetic surgery, of course, or it's whatever, but I think it is subjective. And lash lift game is a game changer, right? Yeah, I've been getting them for a few months now, on and off, and I love it. And just how I look without, like in the morning where it changes like my face and in waking up in the morning, and you just feel nicer. Then I think that for me on a small scale is how people will, you know, if someone has a breast augmentation or they have lip filler or whatever, it doesn't matter what other people think. If you don't think it looks good or whatever, if they think they look good, then that is fantastic. You don't know the boost in confidence that has given someone or changed their mood. That's why I always say with nearly everything, I was like, if something is for good for others, their sexual orientation, their gender preference, or the way that they live their life, if it is making them happy, then that's what I want for people. It might not be for me, but it is for them, and I love that. Okay, sour cream. You could add some mayo in here as well if you wanted. Instead of vinegar today, I'm going to add lime juice because it's in front of me. There was no limes available at the grocery store, so I had to get lime juice. It's okay. I still like it. I don't really buy lemon squeezy juice, but I like, lemon, but I like lime. Lime tastes like lime juice, whereas lemon tastes a bit odd. I've seen too many surgeries. To get it done myself. I'll be getting a facelift within the next 5 to 10 years. Not even ashamed. Good on you. I used to do them. I used to assist with them. My most self-conscious thing is my nose. I broke my nose and it's like slanted, and I don't really like my nose. If I had the opportunity to get something done, I would, and maybe will later down the track, especially because I can't breathe through it very well. But at the end of the day, if it's not for hopefully you want to go into it and your surgeon be good, but the impact that it can have, especially a blepharopathy and getting your eyelids done, and just small changes doesn't it doesn't have to be like your eyebrows highly elevated or whatever. But yeah, were you scrapping in the streets? Get the sachets if you can. They taste so much better. Sachets? I don't know what they mean. Oh, when you broke your nose, you goose. Kizza. I ran a fight club. It was Miss Molly Down Under. I can't talk about it. Rule number 1, God. No, I was ice skating. And if you live in Australia, you know that ice doesn't naturally occur. And so I don't have the skills. I was ice skating and I turned around in a puddle. I was turning like this. And there was a puddle of water, like an unmelted part, and blood everywhere in my nose. Yeah. So it's happened to me years ago. I haven't really got too much about. I get a lot. That's one of the reasons why I think I get a lot of headaches. I did go and get some examination a few years ago, but I never really went back. I should. No breakdancing skills either. Still can't notice, to be honest. We all notice our own things, of course. And I think the way that I do makeup and things, you wouldn't know. But I think I've touched my face. It is a bit wider, and when in some photos you can see it's slightly crooked. But a lot of people say that they don't notice. But it's something that I notice in photos. Or the way that I smile. When I smile, it spreads my nose out like that. But at the end of the day, I think I'm pretty good looking. I'm happy with the way I look. And, you know, I've learned to love who I am. Well, oh God, that is so good. Oh my goodness. Good looking roaster. So into that, you can eat it on its own, or you can add herbs. That's got coriander or cilantro. You can add chive. What I like to do is sometimes add some jalapenos or some ranch mix. These arrived 2 days ago. Look at that. These arrived in the grocery order, delivery, 2 days ago. Not good enough, Coles, Woolies. So add some chives in there. I was meant to be my bloody, what do you call it? I wanted to put it in my eggs tomorrow when I go and get them. We're going to add some jalapenos just to make it a bit spicy. Everyone is beautiful in their own way, flaws and all. Totally agree. We're going to love ourselves before we let, you know, you've got to be a whole human that love ourselves before we love anyone else, or, you know, allow ourselves to be in a relationship or whatnot. Because if you're a whole person, then you don't rely on other people for their love, and whole people come together, you know. Like, you know, when people say, oh, my better half or my other half, like, I don't really believe in that. I think, like, you shouldn't be in a relationship with, you know, you don't become a whole person. You're two whole people that come together. Come in. Push that down. And I'm going to go read my boring book to fall asleep. No worries, I can put you to sleep. Beautiful creamy avo sauce. Do you guys want this recipe, by the way? I don't have the time to put it on the website, but I can put it in Molly Test Kitchen in Discord, so it's just written up. Oh God, it's like a creamy guacamole, a little bit spicy, a little bit zesty. Yum. Oh God, that's so good. That is delicious. Okay. Pork, 13 minutes. Let's get stuck into our chicken. So the things we'll need for our breading for our chicken. And I know that this isn't tacos. What are we doing today? El Pastor, proper. We will do some proper ones, but I'm also going to add some cucumber and some corn. Pork and cucumber and corn go work together. So we're going to grill some corn, okay? Because I'm not a traditional lady. I like to change it up a bit, you know, every now and then. Add some more flavor. We're also going to make a chipotle mayo, but the things we need are plain flour for our crumbing, plain flour, a little bit of baking powder, a little bit of corn flour, and then we're going to add our spices. Have you been paying attention? What is the secret to Molly fried chicken? Like, what is the secret when breading that I always say with Molly fried chicken? And just left. What is the secret to Molly fried chicken? Can you remember? Mucho amor. No. It's got to do with the crumb. It's not double dipping. MSG, that part of it, but there is a big overarching thing when making your breading. You got it. You'll know. It's about the spices. It's about the spices, guys. I'm going to do potato starch today instead of cornstarch. Flavor you can see! Yes, McMargo! It's flavor you can see. So many spices that you can see the color change. So your proportion of flour to spices needs to be less. You need to have a lot more, not a lot more spices, but you need to be like 1/3 spices, 2/3, 2 parts flour. Like you need to have a lot of spice in there because then you taste it and you see it. Okay, Margot, congratulations, you just got a new role. You're a VIP today. Is song request working? All right, let's add Margot. There we go. There's our girl. There you go, Margot, you got it. You're a VIP. What am I going into? I'm gonna get my oil fat. So you can't. God, these were in here. My IKEA beverages, pear cider from IKEA. Okay, so this is, we've been using animal fat for frying rather than seed oils. I haven't done chicken with it, I don't think. There we go. It just goes in there. And then we'll add another one of them. So it's just called super fry. Super fry. Yeah, basically lard. Yep. Just gets better flavour. We've been doing fries in it like a few weeks ago and it's really good. Okay, so into here, into a bowl, you're going to add in 1.5 cups of flour. I like beef drippings too, nice. So, give this a shake. This is when it's okay to use cups. Okay, baking, no. This type of stuff, I don't care. You don't really need to be accurate. We might need more flour later because I've added so much chicken. Then we're gonna do potato starch or cornstarch. We're gonna use 1/4 cup. And 1/2 tablespoon of the baking powder. My granddad used to eat beef drippings on toast. Wow. Animal fats have more flavour, yeah. Is there anything wrong with other oils from a vegetarian? So animal fat has more flavour. Animal fat is closer to, like, it's something that I'm still learning about. I don't know the facts off the top of my head, but seed oils go through a process of, say like canola oil. Canola oil starts as a black seed, and then they process it, and it goes through a lot more processing to then create oil that's clear. So it goes from black to then processed to clear. So it's processed, right? Whereas animal fats are usually rendered slowly rendered and then processed slightly to make them clear and remove impurities. But the processing is a lot less. And so they're more like we would, better for you in certain ways. The trans fats versus, your other types of fats to like digestibility, I don't know the facts off the top of my head. But from my understanding, and that animal fats are a little bit better for you than seed oils. Depending on how you're doing it, how often you're cooking them, how much you're having, obviously. I use a lot of olive oil for frying, like pan frying and cooking in general. But when I'm deep frying, I've started going from canola oil to then I went to rice bran oil, and now I'm going to beef fat or lard, things like that. I would recommend, if you didn't want to use, like as a vegetarian, rice bran oil, avocado oil or peanut oil. Avocado and peanut oil are very expensive in Australia in comparison. But yeah, there's just something you might want to do some research into with seed oils. Some people say they're carcinogenic, or, you know, everything is carcinogenic these days. But definitely we can look into it. Animal fats have both omega-3 and omega-6, yeah. Hey Kelly, welcome in, welcome back. Welcome in, sorry, for the first time, first chatting. Sorry, I thought that, I looked at that and I thought that there was said returning viewer, sorry. How are you doing? So flour, baking powder, and potato starch. Or you could use cornstarch, corn flour, if you wanted to. And then we want the flavour, okay? So we're gonna add in chili or chili flakes, chili powder, cayenne pepper, whatever, how spicy you want it. You can omit it if you want. We're gonna add cumin, paprika, salt, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, oregano, and a little bit of the brine. What's your favourite thing to make? I really like baking. I don't really like eating baked goods as much as I prefer eating savoury foods, but I love baking cakes, baking brownies, and doing desserts really, but I like to be more savoury to eat. What's your favourite taco filling? Go to if I don't really know. Well, there's so many options. We're going to make a few different variations today of tacos, and you tell me what you like. Do you have any like dietary preferences? Do you like chicken, beef, pork? Are you vegetarian? What type of foods do you like to eat? So cumin in here. I should do this out properly so that, because if I'm going to put this recipe on the in the test kitchen, you guys will know I've tested it. 1 tablespoon of cumin. One teaspoon, let's go 2 teaspoons of paprika. Hello, request edit access. What? Hold on. I mean, I'm lactose intolerant. Okay. Does al pastor have pineapples on it? Yes. Yep. So that's where we're gonna. It's cooked in some pineapple juice, and then we're also. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, the spices are making my nose run. Cooked with pineapple juice, and then we're adding pineapple into it as well, on top. Okay. Two teaspoons. And then half a teaspoon of black pepper. This is annoying me. Where's pepper? I just had it. Okay. Half a teaspoon of black pepper. Okay. Are you the nurse, or is that your hobby? I am a former nurse. I haven't been nursing in the last few years, but I am still registered as an operating room nurse. Yeah. Garlic powder, onion powder, garlic powder, onion powder. Onion powder seems to clump a little bit, but just break it up. Did you like it, or was it? I loved it. I really did enjoy it, but I found a new passion in cooking and streaming. I love the hospital aspect, working with a team, but there was a lot of like red tape, and there's also in the operating room environment, there's a lot of big personalities. So there's anaesthetists are very specific, they like specific things. Some surgeons can be a bit particular. Female-dominated areas can also be a little bit bitchy. There was obviously negatives to it, but I loved the patient aspect, being able to make people feel comfortable and kind of help them be prepared about what was happening before they went into theatre or went into the operating room, and then also looking after them in the recovery room was fantastic. Learning their stories, people, because you sit there for like sometimes, a minimum of 30 to 45 minutes, sometimes hours, and you just chat to people. In the private system, they're usually a bit older, coming in for hip replacements, things like that, and they're very chatty. Sometimes people are a little bit lonely, and just being able to chat to them, hear about their history, and I love that aspect. I love learning about people, and that was one of my favourite parts. Oregano? Yeah. Seriously, you're a peds doctor and third in command at my hospital? Wow. What made you go into peds? I didn't really enjoy peds nursing. I grew up and I wanted to be a pediatrician. I thought that would be really cool. But then I didn't want to, I was going to go into physio and didn't want to know what I wanted to do, but I wanted to travel. So I became a nurse. And then I did a rotation, a little bit of peds. But babies, when they're, especially in theatre, like when they're asleep, adults have muscle tone, so they have some rigidity to them, whereas babies go floppy when they're asleep. And it's not enjoyable. Like they look like they feel like they're dead. And they're so little. I didn't enjoy how even though kids are really resilient, and that's what the doctors and anaesthetists would always tell me, how resilient kids were, and they could bounce back. And whereas I just didn't enjoy kids bounce, like how you had this little thing that you had like so much responsibility for while they're asleep. Whereas adults are so much easier. You can bump them and whatever. But yeah, kids scared me. So I never really enjoyed it. We did a lot of tonsils and adenoids and things, but I didn't really enjoy pediatric surgery very much. I like bowel surgery and general surgery, taking people, cutting out bowel cancer and appendix and that type of thing. I loved general surgery. Okay. So see the difference in the flour? See the flavour you can see? Okay, the other trick for Molly fried chicken is the scraggly parts, we call it. So what you want to do is you want to create some clumps in here. You want to get some of this liquid and then add it into your flour. It's going to create little clumps, and those little clumps are then going to stick to your chicken, and when you fry them, they're going to go crunchy. Okay? You can get a little bit of this flour and put in here to thicken this. Kids and animals, something I could not handle in the medical field. So more power to you. Yeah. One of my patients was 11 and she got breast cancer and recovered. Wow, 11. She was 13 and now she's 15 in high school and learning ASL, American Sign Language, from me because I'm a deaf doctor. Oh my God, that's incredible. I love that. Wow. One of my friends is a Australian Sign Language interpreter. And I've learnt so much from her. I would like to learn some basics in sign language just to be able to communicate and make people, you know, help if I can in different ways. We call it Auslan. Yeah. And just more about like the deaf community. It's very interesting. Thank you for sharing, Callie. Aussie Sign Language is so cool, is it? It's so interesting. It makes sense, but you don't expect that different sign language in different countries is different. You would just assume that it's all one language, but it's like cultural differences and whatnot. Yeah, it's very cool. It's so cool. What about it? Like different meanings or like what makes it cool? Okay, so then that is your chicken. And we're gonna dip that. I like to use chopsticks because then rather than, just easier than a fork. Give it a shake. We'll go over here. Okay. So just get a little piece. I usually like to break off a little piece like this. And is the chicken in egg? Chicken is in a mixture of milk, lemon or vinegar. No, milk, lime juice and spices. Yeah. My son has autism and uses sign language. People will assume that it's for deaf people. They always think he's deaf. Okay, it's a good point. It's a way of communication with your hands. Yeah, it's not just for deaf people. It's very valid. I love watching sexually explicit songs get signed. Oh yeah. It's, you know, a lot more pop culture references at going to, you know, different concerts and stuff these days. Thank you, Kelly. Okay, so this is a thermometer, spatula with a thermometer in it, which is we love. Okay. Getting there. All right, so we're just gonna depressurize this pork to see how it's coming along now it's finished. See you, beware. Have a great night. I just wanted to let you know, I used my new cup, my new mug this over the weekend. I love it. I love it. It gets me so excited when I get to use both of them. I get very excited. Okay. Are you ready? So we're looking at about 180 Celsius, 350 Fahrenheit. And then the more we load into here, it'll drop the temperature. So you've got to be aware. So like, you want to do like 4 or 5 pieces at a time, not really any more. I have a subtitle app. We should have subtitles. The stream should have an overlay. You should be able to close caption to view the captions. Let me know if it's not working. It's important to me that it is available to everybody. Okay. So still a little bit firm, so we're going to redo it. That's why I depressurized it. But we're going to take off this skin. Like that, and then that can go in the bin. But see, I can't really pull it. It's not there yet, but I might. There we go. Have a little taste. I didn't see that, but because I'm using the app. Okay. Oh yeah, it's on PC, I think only. Yum. All right, repressurize this. We'll go for another 10 minutes. Oh, I might go 15. Okay. Here. Our chicken. You don't see it on PC? Oh, well maybe ask the mods. Can't see the closed caption. Okay, so we might need to, I'll have to talk to Exceed about what happened. I may have asked him to change a setting and it removed it, but we'll get it back. We will get it back. Okay. There we go. So this is Molly fried chicken. He was big and strong. Did I miss the other dishes at the start of the stream? We started the pressure cooker, and now we're just doing chicken, the chicken tacos. So we've got pork in the pressure cooker. We're doing our fried chicken now. So you haven't missed too much. All right, just making some scraggy bits. I don't really like double dipping and double frying, double coating. We have Raiders. Sorry guys, it didn't go off in my ear. Hello, welcome to the stream. Pull up a chair. We were making tacos today, tacos al pastor and crispy fried chicken tacos. Have you had amazing tacos before? I want to hear about them. What was in them? How was the stream? Thank you so much for bringing your community over. Let me see. Sorry. Let's see. Sorry, I missed it. Let's see. Whoops, sorry, I missed it. Also, is the beef tallow reusable? Yeah, so I strain it about 2 or 3 times and then I will put it back in the fridge. So I cool it down, I strain it, and then to remove any impurities, as many as I can. There'll be still some small impurities. And then I use it about 4 or 5 times, depending on the color, the smell of it. I have to keep an eye on the food. Yes, I do. MS Gamer, how was the stream? Welcome in, guys. My name is Molly. Cooking stream here on Twitch. We make food that is delicious. We're all about food, fun, fumbles. This week we've got tacos. Wednesday we have Belgian food. We're doing some cultural cuisine, Miss Molly around the world. So the community voted last week and we're doing Belgium. And then on Friday we're doing sushi. A ton of progress. What were you doing? What progress were you making? All right. So this, I'll come here. It's always better in this camera. You guys ready? Look at that. Super easy, juicy chicken. Yum. Crunchy. Breath of the Wild, nice. Amazing. Delicious. Look at that. Little chicken bites, chicken strips for our tacos. Chopped nice and small. So I usually use corn flour or cornstarch, but this time I use potato starch. And I like it. You can just pick it up from your regular Asian grocer. If you want to see the recipe from the beginning, check the VOD. But the recipe I'm going to put in Molly Test Kitchen, which is in our Discord channel. A little shake. So this, more than when we make fries, has more impurities. The flour will kind of come off and we have to strain the flour more, and that discolors the flour. I haven't actually played Breath of the Wild or any recent Zelda game. I would like to, but I don't have a lot of time, or because I'm an all-in galley. Like, if I play a video game, like that's me. I like to allocate like a lot of time for something, and I can't think about anything else. I dream about it when I played Subnautica or Starfield. Like, I played it for hours on end and I couldn't think about anything else. And I don't get a lot of normal like stream work done. So I try and not do anything because I just know my personality. Unless I have like a time to sink into something, I can't give it the love that it deserves. It's a 2017 game that I played for the first time in 2012. Oh, wow. Look at that. We're gonna have a lot of chicken. And that's okay. So here, just gonna add some salt. And then you can add either MSG or Australian classic, some chippy salt, chicken salt. This has a nice topping, adds a bit of extra flavour. You can get vegetarian chicken salt as well, just seasoned salt. Can you hear that crunch? Ready? Oh, good. Chicken would be good with ramen. I've never made karaage chicken ramen before. You know that? Just checking the colour of everything. Heat's cooled down a little bit now, so we're at 140. We need to get it back up to 180. Yeah, all right. So good. Vegetarian chicken salt. Yeah. Let me just think. Okay, so I have recommendations for chicken salt or beef stock powder, chicken stock powder. But if you are vegetarian, you need to try this. This is available at most Asian grocers. This is mushroom stock powder. It is sensational. It is so amazing. And you can use this instead of chicken salt. Like a little bit of this on top. It's really yummy. It's really, really good. If I could like only had to choose one stock, and like this kind of tastes like chicken, kind of tastes like beef. It's full of umami. It's really good. Give it a try. Is it back on? And now we're back to normal programming. Ordering it now. So, do you want to see the packet? Take a screenshot of that. So it's called mushroom seasoning gamchimi. I think it's Korean. The company is Daesung. It's so good. Yeah, Korean. It's so good. Yeah, Korean. Yo. And then this is the beef stock powder. It's so good. Chicken, at the moment, I'm using a different one that my dad found me. This one is Pearl River Bridge chicken powder. From, I think it's Chinese. Where I usually use Lee Kum Ki, which comes, it's Chinese, but it actually comes from the USA. All right. So the great thing about this is heats up really nicely in the air fryer, so you can reheat it. And we chop it up, like that's why I'm making more than usual, because you can chop it up and have it in wraps. Very, very versatile. I don't think I'm going to use the thigh today. I might use that for something else because we're going to have so much breast. Okay, so clumps and lumps in here. Oh, there's a piece of chicken. We'll fry him. That. So this is about 3 chicken breasts in total, and it's made all of this. Australian chicken breasts are a bit larger than some other countries. But we're looking maybe like 1.5, 2.5, 3 pounds. Let's go with 3 pounds. Yeah, who is this? Dua Lipa? She's been doing a lot of older music. Like, I think that's like on trend at the moment, taking old songs and making them new again. Okay, just don't want to let this go up too much. Have you heard of Chapel Roan? I have. I listened to 1 or 2 of her songs. I like her. Are you crushing on her at the moment? I've seen you get some songs. I request them. Oh, we got a bit of Frozen. So Chapel Roan did I see something that she cancelled she had like a tour or something? She cancelled it so that she could play at the AMAs. Her songs are total earworms. Ugh. Is that a good thing? That can be a really annoying thing. Gets in your head and then can't get it out. She cancelled a few shows for the AMAs, yeah. How do you feel? It's a big opportunity if you get asked to play at the AMAs, but I don't know. Like, it's a bit shitty that cancelling people's... Good on her for taking a huge opportunity. But I don't know, like I don't... No, I think I probably would do the same thing. Like to play at the AMAs is a massive opportunity for growth and to put you on like the world stage. Shows can be rescheduled. I think of like as a someone who's paid the money, it's annoying and frustrating. But at the end of the day, you have to do what's in she has to do what's in the best interest of her, and to go a little bit more mainstream and artists cancel shows all the time. It's not really a big deal. But I don't really like that mentality that it's not a big, because to some people it is a big deal. Like, you know, some artists do it willy-nilly and they cancel shows where like people are impacted, and it is like something they're looking forward to, and like it might be like their last opportunity to watch that person live or whatever. And I feel like it is a bit disrespectful when people like say for instance, Tenacious D, right? Cancelled their Australian tours and their Australian like leg or whatever. Like, you don't know that people have been waiting their like whole life, or they're really excited and they just cut it off for like, you know, for a simple reason. I get like cancellation shows of, you know, Taylor Swift obviously keeping people safe and whatever, but I just think that artists have they should be a bit more respectful sometimes. Like I went, you know, showing up to the people that have paid good money to be there. I remember going to a Rihanna concert. It was the worst fucking show I've ever been to. She arrived 3 hours late. 3 hours late to get on stage when she was meant to start. Like we were waiting longer than that after the warm-up shows and stuff. But it was terrible. And it's just like, do you really think that your shit doesn't stink that much that you can rock up to a show late? Like, that people who are paid there, like to be, and it was an all ages show. So there was some younger kids there, or not all ages, but, you know, we were waiting till, I think it was like 11:30 and she came on live. And it's just like, obviously you think too much of yourself to then be respectful to your fans who have paid hundreds of dollars to go to the show. Like, I think that's pretty fucking rude. And like, so coming from a West Australian, only recently have shows started coming to Perth, but for a lot of time we would have to, hold on. A lot of the time West Australians had to fly to Sydney and Melbourne to go to a concert. So, you know, things like Taylor Swift didn't come to Perth. A lot of time and money and planning goes into these like events. So like you would take a week off work, you would organise your flights, accommodation, and you would organise it months in advance. And a lot of the stuff wasn't refundable. So sorry, excuse me. Then like for that to be cancelled is pretty fucked. Like it is really unfortunate. And I just think that there needs to be, like say for instance, if Chapel Roan, that was like Chapel Roan, her show was in Perth, I would be pissed. I would be really angry that she wanted to go and perform at the AMAs, like, and you know, you would be understanding, but it still doesn't prevent like that loss of money and like loss of opportunity. And I think, you know, both things can be true and still be valid, but it's like, okay, wasn't this organised ahead of time? Like, surely the AMAs come around once a year, they organise people in advance. Like, do you get what I mean? And I just hope that they were cancelled ahead of time and enough warning for the people that they could have made accommodations or got refunds from flights and accommodation or whatever they needed to do. Do you get what I mean? But I get it. I get it that sometimes life isn't fair and people got to do what they got to do. But I just think you've got to be a bit more respectful to your communities. No, AMAs are very last minute, especially scheduling rehearsals. Well, that they should be more organised. And I get it with the music industry, you don't know who's big. Like, you could plan for Lady Gaga, and then Lady Gaga, you know, has an issue and, you know, isn't top of the charts at that time, or she isn't popular or whatever. And that's why it's last minute. I can see both sides. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I can see both sides, and it doesn't make the people who are upset at Chapel Roan any more. They're like, it doesn't make their arguments invalid. But I get it. Like, have the AMAs been? I got no idea. I just have seen, and this is not I hated anyone. This is just me sharing my opinion with you guys. I've seen a few people just like, oh, we'll cancel the show, or they just do it because they don't feel well or whatever. It's like, this is kind of your job, and you gotta, you know, treat, I don't know, it just comes down to like a respect thing, or like being, there's thousands of other singers and performers who would love to that opportunity to, oh, it's on September 11th, so there's time. I thought it was like a last minute, like a, yeah. Shows should, oh, absolutely be cancelled when they don't feel well. I get that. But what I'm saying is like, it should be easily to be rescheduled, and you have a responsibility to make sure that you are prepared for your concert and are feeling well, you know, like, say for instance, if you know you're doing a leg in Europe, you, like, leading up to the concerts, you should be like making sure that you're, you know, in kind of quarantining yourself and being, you know, making sure you're healthy and making sure you're eating the right foods. And do you get what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be hanging out, going like rocking up hungover to a concert that people have spent in these days hundreds of dollars for, sometimes thousands for VIP packages, and people are rocking up like hungover to or sick to like concerts and stuff. I think that's crap. Yeah, I don't know. Just give me my 2 cents. It's public health risk to put your friends at risk performing when sick, or the concerts can do more damage to their health. End up. Yeah, I totally get you. I get you. I don't know about public health risk of you performing sick. It's not like you're going to cough over someone or whatever. Like, obviously, you know, there's security. It's not like. But yeah, I get it. Like, you shouldn't perform sick, but you shouldn't be in a situation where you're sick, or you shouldn't. It's the same thing with like hustle culture or like grind culture. Yeah, it depends on what show, of course. But like, you know, with like game launches, how there's a crunch time. It's the same thing. Crunch shouldn't exist. The same that like, you know, there's this demand put on performers to do these massive, long tours and put pressure on their health and like to then like to get sick. Like, you should be resting the performer, and they should. I know it all comes down to money but that pressure on performers, that in an ideal world, I'm just saying ideally, that these performers get time off. They aren't stressing their body and their voices and things like that, and they shouldn't have to cancel the shows because they're doing it because they enjoy it, and they should have doctors that are keeping them healthy and getting rest, and you know what I mean? I feel like that happens to everyone in any kind of job, where the pressure to perform unless you're extremely sick. Yeah. Lots of artists have special doctors to get them through sickness and pay lots of money. Yeah. But what I'm saying is like, okay, you might have to forego a few $100,000, but maybe do 5 shows, not 7. Or like, you know, I'm really big on, like, I just think that there is this pressure to perform. Say for instance, like Taylor Swift, you know, she's trying to take on more and to see more of her fans and perform more shows. But like, I like that she's been having breaks, you know, and resetting, rejuvenating herself so that she can perform other places in the world and not feel like it's a slog and it's taking a toll on her health. Her mental health, her physical health, you know what I mean? And it shouldn't get to the stage where she is cancelling shows because she's sick. I hope that she's looked after herself. She also has this very specific diet, and I've heard that she does like quarantine herself. So like that before going on tour or whatever, they basically stay away from outside people so that they don't get themselves sick. Yeah. But yeah, what I'm talking about is an ideal world, and I understand there's a lot of external pressures with financials and whatnot. But yeah, what I'm saying is I'm happy for Chapel Roan that she's got that opportunity. It's great. Like, I'm hoping to see, I like some of her music that I've seen, and hopefully it grows and she becomes more well known. And obviously she cancelled her things. People will be disappointed, but she'll reschedule, and it was enough in advance. You know what I mean? Just I'll never ask if you've heard of an artist again. I don't usually get heated. I don't usually share my opinion as Exceed says, I like to like live on the fence. Because the moment you share an opinion, obviously you run the risk of people disagreeing, or people not understanding your point of view, or being able to or saying a statement out loud, but it's obviously, I always worry about in context of like an opinion, you know, artists should have more respect and shouldn't cancel shows. However, in a different situation of a different person, that doesn't really apply. And I don't like getting stuck of people thinking that I have this opinion and it's like in an overarching opinion. But I think it's important that you share your opinion. And it's not, I see both sides. Okay. This is our fried chicken. We'll take it over here. You know what I mean? And I love that you guys share your opinion as well. And we can chat about it, and it doesn't mean that we're bad people, that you don't agree with me. Kidding. But we see both sides, and it doesn't mean I don't agree with what you're saying or you don't agree with what I'm saying. Okay. Chicken salt, like this. Look how good this is. Look at that. Isn't that just delicious looking? This is all for Exceed because he doesn't like pork. That crunch. I'm still in the, I just still have this side thought. Not that I don't love Nito and who she is, but I'm like, maybe one day I'll be able to make something so good that Nito's like, oh, I'll eat that meat. I still don't think I've ever made fried chicken for my family. It's one of the things I'm most proud of. I had never fried chicken before I started streaming, let alone make it perfect something that I really, really enjoy and work on it so much. But I'm really happy, and I feel like I make the best fried chicken of how I like it. Nita, would you eat a little bit? I'm not trying to change you, but can you eat my chicken? Okay. So, we're gonna get some lettuce. Tell me what you need, man. Okay. Made your rice baby to have with curry. Oh, good girl, good girl. Exceed, do you want to try my fried chicken? Mmm. And it's perfect little strips and like little pieces as well, which you can eat with. I'll probably make sushi rice. No, we got sushi. I'll probably keep some of this for Friday's stream. I know it's only Monday, but I'll keep it in the fridge.
Do you have tacos?
No, do you just want some chicken?
No.
You don't want chicken on its own? Come on, just look at it.
I can see it.
Oh, George. But this in sushi, sensational. Or this was just Kewpie. Oh. Okay. What was funny? You ready? Report Molly for not sharing chicky with us. You can have some chicky. Crispy chicken sushi, yeah. George, yeah. Everyone in my family calls him George. But then I say to him George and he calls me George because I'm a George too. Look at this. This is a bit of a bigger piece, so it's a little bit still under, like not as easy to pull. But this, oh, look at that. Look at that. Yum. Guys, get yourself a pressure cooker. No joke. All you need in life is All In Together cookbook. Or yeah, first things first as well. And then All In Together cookbook, and then you'll just have delicious meals in a fraction of the time. Oh, isn't that sexy? Mmm. Mmm. Always a stray rice. Can you see the rice in the rim? Yeah, it's so hard to get in there and like clean it. It's really annoying. You've outed me, Nito. How dare you? I'm kidding. I suppose you do like this and you fold it up and then just go like that. I vacuum mine. I don't have our Dyson doesn't have that many attachments. I couldn't do it. We don't have like a proper full-size vacuum. We just have like a stick vacuum. We do have like a dust buster, but it's pretty shit. I want to get a new one. Look at that. Oh God, it's hot. Brother, ew, right? Gross, Molly. Guys, it was basically like the equivalent of me showing you my naked bits. Like that I feel vulnerable right now. My lady bits. Ah, it's so hot. Ugh. It's a nozzle I only use for my stovetop. That's what she said. Wait, what? What have I missed? Oh, everyone's gawking at how dirty my pressure cooker is in the rim. I bet you've got a dirty rim too. I've got a dirty rim. You got a dirty rim. Everyone's got a dirty rim. All right, let's make some chicken tacos and then we'll make pulp. I clean my rim. Do you clean under your rim? Because Queensland Health might need to talk to you about that. I already admitted to mine. Okay, so I need some tortillas. Hold on. When I wash my car, I wipe the rims down. Okay. So one thing we learned about in Mexico, they don't really do much cheddar cheese, and that's good because we ran out of cheese on the weekend. So that's good. street tortillas. They aren't really street. They're still a little bit big for street tortillas. They're a bit big. But what you want to do is, that's going to be hot. Oh! Shit, that's not what I wanted to do. It was what I was trying to avoid. Oh. Damn it. Hey, Red Burrito. Meet Nito Burrito. How you doing, Red? Okay. So, 3 should be good. Like that. Easy. And then you get your new little things. I'm doing good. Good. We got these cute little things from Temu. I should have probably got the ones with 3 holes, but you put your tacos in there. This is going to be a 30-second recap. Okay. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We've been streaming for 2 hours and 45 minutes. We've done last time on all things food. We've pressure cooked pork and that's sitting there. We've fried some chicken. We've talked about all things artists and their responsibilities. And now we're cooking tortillas and that's your 30-second recap. Thank you. And we cleaned our rims. Look at this chicken. Look at this chicken. Crispy, crunchy. Oh. Look at that fried chicken. Isn't that sexy? Then we put it in the avocado sauce. Yum. Okay, chop some this. Did you season it after it came out? I missed it. Just some chicken salt. The Aussie classic. But just salt, MSG if you want. Yeah. I love this guy's voice. Remember for chat to hydrate, take your meds, check your posture, and unclench your jaw. I've been watching this video every day of doing exercises. So you, like this, roll your shoulder, roll like this. And then you go like this, and then you touch like that, then touch like that. And I watch this video every day. And then to try and help with your posture. It's like 2 minutes and warms you up. Walk like an Egyptian. Do, 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 do. Let me fill the water bottle up. Thank you for reminding me to hydrate. I think we're going to grill some corn in a minute so we can add some grilled corn and some cucumber. We've got these tiny little bugs around our house. I don't know if it's because of all my indoor plants. These tiny little, like, gnats or something. I need to get some apple cider vinegar water happening to attract them. Okay. Come on. Ugh. Tortillas, flour for the man. But store-bought corn tortillas suck. They really suck. Pop a... Ah, hot. I was about to request a song. Do it. You don't want them too crispy because then they go too hard. Okay? God damn, it's hot. All right. In the meantime, we're going to go down here. So we've got this, and we're also going to make some chipotle mayo. So, all you do, Kewpie. If you don't have Kewpie, you aren't living. You ain't living, Barry. Okay. Hot. Okay, so far out, you little hot bugger. God damn it. Oh. Okay. It's a lot of bubble. Like that. Then we're going to get a little drizzle drizz of some honey. And chipotle mayo, that's all you need. Go and get this from your grocery store. It's called chipotle and adobo. There's a lot of recipes on my website and in my cookbooks that use it. It's amazing. But then Kewpie, honey, and you got yourself a chipotle mayo. Delicious. Sweet, smoky, yum. Okay. Look at these cute little things. All right. A little bit of lettuce. There we go. And then you want to see your strips of chicken. You know, I was so pedantic about the strips. Look how nicely they fit. They have to be strips. They fit nicely like that. Look at that. Isn't that bowler? That looks so good. Okay. Made 4 so that we... Okay, so then these two are going to have chipotle mayo. Just simple. You could add some red onion in there as well if you want. This is like you put this in a piping bag and it's pipeable and it looks better, but can't be bothered. Look how good. Look how good. What do you think? What do you think? In the chat. In the chat. Well. Exceed, if you want to come try, you can come try. You could also put some... Oh, Romy's coming. Romy heard the word come and he's...
What did you just say?
I said Romy heard the word come and I said, do you want to come? And that was a bit inappropriate.
Oh wow, you even got a fresh roll of paper towel.
I do.
What a domestic goddess.
You know it.
Nice taco holders.
Thanks. I'll give you a taco holder and then you can, or they're linked together. Link the batteries.
Together. What's
go.
going on here?
So one's chipotle, one's avocado. You to try both.
Okay.
What do they look for like first? You need to tell me how they look.
Yeah,
what do you
they
think?
look good.
Okay.
The trays are pretty good.
Yeah.
These are flour.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they're not too loaded. I think you got the topping quantity right.
Hey, looks great, Exceed.
Thanks. Great job.
Nice and crunchy chicken.
Very smoky.
From the chipotle.
Very, very smoky chipotle. Do you make that?
Yep. I added more adobo than usual.
You did a good job with the chicken. Better than usual.
Yeah, so I've got my new thing.
What's your new thing?
Is potato starch rather than corn flour.
Why?
Because it goes crispy.
Where'd you learn this?
Just Asian grocer. Like I've been watching some stuff.
Potato starch.
1.5 cups of plain flour with half a cup of potato starch. And half a teaspoon, half a tablespoon of baking powder. Yeah. Where is it?
Significant improvement, I'd say.
Yeah, half a tablespoon of baking powder. 3 things. And then this is the avocado one. I added jalapeno to the avocado sauce this time.
Right. Which one do you prefer?
Chipotle is always my favourite. Avocado is nice. I like both, but let me have another bite.
I'd say that's definitely more traditional.
It's like a creamy guac.
Very creamy.
What's your favourite? Smash or pass?
Smash.
You're talking about me or the tacos?
Smash, smash, smash. Delicious. Well done.
Thanks.
You made a lot.
I did. Well, I had actually had more because I didn't realise I had already chicken defrosted on Friday. So I used that as well as the chicken. I defrosted the chicken breast, and I've got the thigh over there to do for something else with.
Very nice.
You
Excellent.
definitely don't want any tacos al pastor. You want to at least try it? Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Okay. You're very cute, boys.
Delicious.
Thank you. Do you want the rest of these?
How come you didn't do corn tortillas?
Because you don't like them.
No, but you do, so I thought you usually do them for you.
Yeah, I usually would, but I just thought that would go simple. He doesn't like corn tortillas.
Corn tortillas are poopy. Significantly worse than flour.
Take that,
Okay.
because I'll make fresh
Yes,
ones to
that.
show.
Hey.
But you can see the pork.
Oh wow, now I really want some. Oh, can you make me a taco paco a stall?
Taco Paco.
Taco paco! Thanks, Molly.
Right, you can't take the things. I need them for my next tacos. For my next trick.
But you said I can have these, yeah? Mm-hmm. Bye.
I think we should exceed some scorecards like a judge. Yeah. All right. Tacos al pastor. Where'd my forks go? I lost my forks. Damn it. Okay. So I'll do another 2 chicken to show you that, and then 2 pork. And then I think I'll be taking some pork over to Belgor, my brother. With the taco al pastor, what sauce should we do? I don't know what I've got here. Do you think we should do a specific sauce or just leave the sauce, like the drizzle of what's there? Crema, can do a crema. Good idea. I think I used all the sour cream. We got more. Chester. So we're gonna do a lime and black pepper crema, which is my go-to, me fave. Basically, sour cream, lime juice, pepper, salt, and a little bit of cumin if you want. It's the best. Very zesty. As a gringo, I'd say sour cream, but my girlfriend, I'd say crema, please. Crema. Okay. Lime juice. Black pepper. Salt. A little bit of ground cumin. There we go. And then just mix that. You want to go outside? You want to go outside? There you go, big guy. There you go. Oh, God, so good. Yum. A little bit of oil. We're talking before, like this is rice bran oil. I do use it on occasion. I still have a big pot of neutral oil. I use neutral oil in the brownies as well to replace some butter. Yum. Okay. That flour, I'm going to chop more of this. There we go. Hot. Pop in there. Tacos. So when did tacos take off? So since we were kids, like your Tex-Mex tacos, like Old El Paso, were like, you know, that was very popular when we were kids. I don't know when it took off, but I would say like street style tacos like this, maybe the last 15 years. What do you think, guys? Like, I grew up and we never ate anything like this, whereas this is a lot more popular these days. Okay. But yeah, Old El Paso style, like Tex-Mex tacos have been around for years. Again, I lost my forks again. Or did I get new ones? Okay, so I'm just getting here. Yeah, as a kid, we call them white people tacos. Yeah. But now, like, I've learnt that you call them Tex-Mex tacos. Right. Fun fact, Molly, why do Mexicans always have tortillas at the table? Why? I don't know. It's because they use it most in silverware. Yeah, makes sense. It's kind of like very similar with like Middle Eastern, where they use flatbread, or like Southeast Asian Indians use flatbread to pick up because they cook with their hands. Indians as well, they use fufu. Yeah, makes sense. I'm a fan. I love it. I love eating with my hands. When we went to Nepal, it takes some used to, but like eating with your hands, eating like curries and all different dishes, oh, so good. You can only use your right hand. Look at this. It's very loaded. Probably should see how these big pieces. We should cut them in. Look at that. There we go. Only on the right. Who remember TNS, taco neck syndrome? What is that? Taco neck syndrome, I love it. Is that where you gotta like, you bend your neck in a certain way to eat tacos? Okay. Pork, definitely like this. Pork shoulder, a little bit leaner, so it's gonna dry out. So you wanna drizzle it nicely with your sauce. Like that, so this is drippings. There we go. Add some onion. And then our beautiful, oh God, I was only meant to do 2. Guys, I got distracted. I was only meant to do 2. The rest was supposed to be, getting rid of this. Supposed to be chicken. There we go, look at that. Molly tacos al pastor. Do you think we should do cucumber? We can definitely do some cuke. We'll do one with some cuke. Bit of cucumber. Crema. Look at that. Look at that. What do we think? In the chat. In the chat. In the chat. In the chat. Oh, well. There we go. Look at that. And then avocado. I can post the recipes for all of these, both of these, in Discord. Is it too early to predict a smash or pass? You can go now. Interesting mix. I usually get tacos al pastor with onion, pineapple, cilantro. There we go. And then just cucumber. So it's pork, pineapple, coriander, cilantro. And we just added cucumber. And then this is chicken. What would you eat? What would you prefer? That chicky sheesh. What do we think? Crispy fried chicken. These look good. 11:11 right now. Take a photo for the. It's still roomy. Of silence. They look amazing. Thank you. So pressure cooker pork, pineapple, crema with coriander and red onion, cilantro and red onion. And this one's got some cucumber as well. But these, because of all the juices that we had to add extra, because the pork will dry out, they're a bit juicier. Look at that. All right, we're going to ring my stepdad and say that we've got dinner for them. Not for you, Lou? Pass to you. I think you meant like it's a pass for me, like not for me. All right. Hold on. Ready? My mum and stepdad are going to Sydney tomorrow. So I think they prefer not to cook. He never answers his phone.
Hello, where you going?
Hi, good. Are you, you're not doing anything tonight, are you?
Nope, just cooking dinner.
Oh no, don't cook dinner. I was ringing to tell you that I've got pork for you, to make tacos.
Okay. All right, I've already got the silver side out ready to go.
Put it back in the freezer.
Yeah, I've defrosted it though.
That's right, we'll leave it for Chris, he'll eat it.
Yeah, all right. So you already cooked the pork, have you?
Yep.
Okay.
Then I'll bring you some taco shells, or tortillas, and we'll make tacos.
Okay, too easy. What else do I need for that?
Do you have any tortillas?
What's a tortilla?
Like a wrap.
Don't think so. That's probably not in the van here, because I have all this spare stuff in the van.
It's all right. I'll go to Coles on the way because I need to get some eggs for myself. So I'll pick you up some tortillas.
Right.
Have you got any lettuce?
No.
That's all right. I've got everything else that I'll bring for you. But I just thought you guys might not, like Troy doesn't eat pork, and I've made this, and I thought you might not want to cook before you go tomorrow.
Okay, too easy.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
That's right. All right. I'll see you later.
Okay, what time you reckon you'll be rough?
Maybe like 4 o'clock.
Yeah, too easy.
All right. Love you.
All right, love you too.
Bye.
See ya.
Just put it back in the freezer. telling him what to do. My stepdad's amazing. Too bad, put it back in the fridge. We have tacos. They'll love these. My mum will be a bit nervous, but I think Belgor, my brother is staying with them at the moment because he's been looking after their house while they've been travelling and working. They just got back they were away caravanning for a few months, and then they went to Bali for a conference that my mum ran, and then they're now going to Sydney and then Melbourne for events. And then I'm supplying brownies. I'm going to bake this afternoon and take to tonight for a door prize for the event. Can everyone in your family cook? My mum can't really, my mum makes good soup, and there's some things that she does good, but she doesn't like cooking very much. She makes really good quiche, good lasagna. There's a few things that she makes nicely. My brother is a qualified chef, and he is fantastic. He doesn't cook very often, but he does make really delicious food when he does, and he knows his stuff. Then the rest of my family, they're okay. I think it's a case of my grandma doesn't really use enough seasoning, but everyone likes food, and everyone is opinionated about food, and everyone likes good food. My middle brother and my sister-in-law, they love good food, really good high-end food. They don't like cooking. So they'll go to they love degustations and going to fancy restaurants, and they like eating, but they cannot cook for the life of them between them. But Kelly, that's a lie. My sister-in-law's got a lot better, especially since she's had a baby, and the last few years she's learned how to slow cook and been a lot more creative. But my stepdad cooks. He does really good roast pork. They eat a lot of roast and veggies. But he gets very nervous about cooking for me and my brother. But I love to be cooked for. I'm not a very picky person when it comes to people cooking for me. It's different when you pay for it at a restaurant. You can, you feel more obligated to, you know how when you pay for something, you kind of you want the food to be good and you're a little bit more opinionated. But if people cook for me, it could just be eggs or, pancakes, or I loved to be cooked for. On occasion, Exceed will cook, or he'll make me some simple breakfast. He makes me breakfast, he makes me tea on the weekends or on non-stream days. He brings me tea and tomato on toast, which is my favourite breakfast. And that is, for me, I love receiving food. And that's why I'm so passionate about the brownie business, is because food you get to share and you get to eat with people. Rather than bringing flowers are nice to look at, but they're not really functional. Whereas if you, say for instance, someone's birthday, you get to bring them brownies, you might get to eat it as well with them, or food is better shared, and things like that. Gifts are better when they're shared, and that's why I'm so excited about that. Brother can cook some good food, but can't handle the tongs, mitts, and blindfold. Yeah, that's true, Raji. Very true. He almost sounded like he was ready for a cook-off challenge, convinced me to pull my food away. No. My stepdad's fantastic. He's very accommodating, and he likes to be cooked for as well. So he works well with my brother staying with them and me bringing food over. He gets excited that we share food with him, and his cooking's come leaps and bounds as well. How about you? Your family, do you guys have a lot of cooks, people who have good food? My grandma, my dad's mum, I take over after her. I didn't realise until maybe this week that my grandma, she was a massive baker, and I never realised how much joy I got in baking and sharing like she did. She was baked for the community and for different events, and she was known in our community, in the rural community, the town that we lived in, as this incredible baker. And I feel like she instilled something in me that loves baking and sharing. And I like to cook to eat savoury food, but I love to cook and share sweet food and desserts. And yeah, part of her lives on in that. You know what I mean? How about you guys? Who in your family cooks? Do you like cooking, not like cooking? I'm just going to pop this back in here so it doesn't dry out. So this is just a pork shoulder, and then I just keep it in here on the lid with the lid on, so keep the moisture in so it doesn't dry out. These are so cool. I love this. All my aunties are good cooks. What type of cuisine? JD, are you? What type of cuisine do they cook? Like, I'm not sure your heritage, if you know your specific food. I know, like, you know, you have my uncle, he's Italian, and his mum and his sisters make some delicious Italian food. That's how I got into food and drink category. I wanted to keep my family's recipes alive, but I didn't know how to cook. I love that. And how's that going? How have you been going with, like, your cooking adventures? All right, so between, this is my favorite, the chipotle, but I do like the avocado salsa, or avocado sauce. But I think we are onto a winner with this fried chicken. It softens over time and it becomes a little bit less crispy. But this chicken is now cold and it's still nice. It's a process, not just a recipe. I love it. And, you know, I might look back in 20, 30, 40 years and I have the ability, like, I've made recipes that have been written down and people have been cooking my recipes and getting, like, they evolve a lot. I don't believe that recipes should ever stay the same. To some degree, I think that you do them a little bit different every time you make them and how you feel, and you make them your own. When you use someone else's recipe, you make it your own eventually. And they're kind of like this live living thing that is, you know, be able to share and it is, I hope that if we have kids, if we don't, or if we have nieces and nephews, or, you know, be able to cook for more people. Raised in a family where everything came from a box or can, nothing seasoning, nothing actually made. Went through a cooking phase myself, loved it, but don't find the time much anymore. I totally understand you're busy, but it's, you know, there's things that you'll be able to, there's a beauty in that of having things from your childhood that came from a box that you'll be like, still nostalgic. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That the seasoning is bad. They should season food. But things that come from a box or a can, they're just making do with what they had and when they, like, what they had on available to them. And I love that you've now gone through a cooking phase yourself, and when time comes, you know how to use your skills and you can teach your friends and family or make food that is nostalgic, or like is kind of comfort food for yourself and know what you like. I think that's great. They do everything they both country, but different sides of Australia. So lots of barbecue food and curries and dessert and stuff that always a massive spread of love that. I love that. Yeah, there's some families that like barbecue a lot and always outside. Like my family, we barbecued quite often, and when we get together, we do barbecues, but not as common as like my grandma. When we go to her house, we have a roast. She loves making roasts and like bigger meals. You know, when we bought this house and we didn't have a kitchen, we barbecued way more than any other time. I think that it's just the barbecue is out there. It's not like you got to pick up everything and take it out to the kitchen. I think one day my ideal dream would be to have like an outside setup, like an outside kitchen setup. We had benches and preparation areas, or maybe even a fridge so that it was just a bit more functional. One day my grandchildren can ask me, where did the recipes come from? Oh, 30 years ago, there was this. Yeah, there was this Molly makes. I appreciate that. That would be great. That's all you can ever hope for, is that you can live on in some way. And if some people are cooking my recipes, that would be amazing. You know, there'll be people out there that will call it their famous carrot cake or whatever, and then it's secretly mine. But that's okay. They got it from somewhere. You know, this recipe that they've been making forever, it might be my tacos. We used to do race on the Weber. I love that. I love that. Okay. I'm so keen for these tacos and the fried chicken. It was something that I was thinking we might make today, but I don't think. Oh, I think we might do that on Wednesday. Oh, something's leaked in the fridge. All right, I think that's it. So, are you team chicken or team pork tacos? Choose a side. Tacos al pastor or crispy chicken tacos?
Delicious.
Delicious.
I made this.
Annie.
It's been proofing for 7 months, Kappa.
Thank you, Annie. Thank you for the resub. Thank you for being here for 7 months. When's this cheesecake coming, girl? Team Bean. Team Bean? So there's no team. Oh, I got black beans in the. What about this? This is for my vegetarians out there. I forget that Raji. I've got to remember that you're a vegetarian too. Can't just give Nito the hard time. I'm going to give you. Here you go. This is for you, Raji, and Nito, and my vegetarians out there. Black team bean taco. Oh, now you're reminding me. I've got. Hold on. Ew, that's gross. Bean tacos aren't very common in Australia. But look at this, refried beans mixed with, first things first, Mexican seasoning. Yum. There we go. And then a little bit of this avocado sauce. Oh goodness. The pie is coming this month. I don't have a gig until October. Thank God, because we haven't seen you. You've been too busy. I've been missing your cooking. Sorry, that was me. I'm sorry. He just shut himself. I just moved the floor underneath him, basically. All right. There we go. That's for you, Raji. And then we'll add a little bit of chipotle sauce in there as well. Beautiful. Now you have to pick a taco. Which is your favorite? Bean taco, pork taco, chicken with chipotle, chicken with avocado. What do you think, Jess? What would you eat? All right. All right. Want all of them. Yumma. Taco fight. I picked chicken. Thank you. Taco fight. Taco fight or flight? Taco flight. It's a good one. I read that wrong. Taco flight. Okay. Next time on, you'll be back in the kitchen in 2 days and 20 hours. That's 1 day and 20 hours. That's wrong. It's not even moving. 1 day and 20 hours, I think. We'll be back in the kitchen doing Belgium food for Miss Molly around the world. But then we'll be back in the kitchen in like 20 hours with brownie website stuff. Building the website. Molly needs the help, okay? I'm going to need some assistance. Copy and paste this raid call. Mods, we need to do a sub, like a one without emotes, or make the emotes follower emotes or whatever. Elka, thank you for being here. Thank you everyone for the lovely stream. Thank you for the chats and hanging out with me. Remember to take care, brush your hair, be good to yourself and those around you. A website, what is that? It's an important thing we've got to build. We're building brick by brick. Take care, brush your hair, be good to yourself and those around you. Thank you everyone for being here. Copy and paste this. We're going to see Megan. She's playing Fortnite. She's not cooking, but she usually is cooking, so you should follow her channel. Love you. Bye.